And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
When common decency between two parties cannot solve a dispute, Community Court is here to solve the problem.
All rise for the most honorable Judge Kenneth Vicarro.
Oh, hello everybody. I had to sprint over here, believe it or not. I was finishing up an episode of Orange is the New Black, and wow, I did not realize that, that's what lesbians did.
Here, use my handkerchief, Your Honor. You're dripping all over the bench.
Oh, thank you, Cliff. I'm a hot and bothered now. And we have a plaintiff who is also hot and bothered. Mr. Thor, is it?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
God of Thunder.
And you have a complaint against Marvel Comics being represented here by none other, Mr. Stan Lee. Wow, it is an honor to have you in my courtroom. You are the granddaddy of superhero comics. It's such a pleasure to have you.
Oh, well, thank you for having me, Your Honor.
Are you is your respirator working all right, sir? You seem to be having some issues.
Well, it's running at, half the PSI that I needed at, and only 1/20th of the PSI that Iron Man uses.
Sounds like you're having trouble with the weather pressure. The barometric pressure in your tank. Too bad.
That's your onboard computer, I guess?
No, it's me, Thor, the god of thunder and weather.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I was so enraptured looking at the air compressor. I guess I imagined it was talking to me.
Well, I had it modified recently to kind of make it, have some special powers as well, Your Honor.
Oh, really? What,
Well, they
like what?
Has the ability to shoot fireworks 2 miles in the air. It also has the ability to lift me and fly me on top of the Empire State Building just whenever I want to.
Just that one building?
Just that building. It's been programmed to fly to those coordinates and GPS.
Your Honor, this is, I would like to log as my first piece of evidence, the frivolous spending by Mr. Lee that's forcing him to enact crazy marketing stunts at which I am the victim.
Yes, that's right. You are concerned about the forcible sex change that that Thor is undergoing due to an executive decision by Mr. Lee here.
Yeah. Thor has been a man. I have been a man for 15 to 1700 years.
Yeah, well, that's why there's time for change. Thor obviously doesn't understand. It's 2014 now, and people like to see strong, sexy women. And
Thor loves strong women. Sif, the warrior, Freya. Thor loves strong women, tall women with big muscles. But Thor himself is man.
Yeah, but what Thor doesn't understand is that, being a man is kind of outdated, and those other women nobody knows about. They all know Thor. And if you look at his physique, look how amazing he looks. He would look beautiful as a fitness model, as a woman superhero as well.
Thor does not do Zumba.
You don't have to do Zumba, Thor. That's not in the contract or the agreement in your sex change. You just need to change into a woman, and instead of carrying a hammer, you're going to be carrying stripper heels.
What does this contract dictate exactly, Mr. Lee?
Well, what it dictates essentially is that for the next 1,500 years, Thor is going to be a female. And, oh gosh, there he goes.
Please, Mr. Thor, no lightning in the courtroom. Please, Mr. Lee, no fireworks in the courtroom.
Your Honor, this is an pure
jeez,
expression.
look at the ceiling. Oh gosh, now the sprinklers are going on.
I can handle that, Your Honor.
Oh gosh, and you got Junior all riled up.
Oh, what a cute little boy, Your Honor.
Shut up, Thor.
At least he'll get to stay a boy for his whole life.
Well, we're not putting it in the agreement that Your Honor's child has to become a woman, and if so, maybe Your Honor would like to have him changed in 1,500 years. He's got time.
I'm sorry, Cliff, can you go to the water console?
Yeah,
I'll
get that shut off, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Condensation will ruin my compressor if it keeps raining in here with this.
It's not for you. You are part of the problem here. Your fireworks came out of your compressor machine.
Your Honor, here, before I go down, here's your yellow rain slicker judge's robe.
Thank you.
You look good in that robe, Your Honor.
Oh, don't suck up to me.
Hey, Your Honor, you know what? Actual fact, by staring into your eyes, I can make you a superhero as well. You want to be a superhero? Maybe you can fight alongside Mrs. Thor in the first issue.
Mr. Lee, if I for 1 second believed that you could endow me with superpowers...
What kind would you like?
Don't try that.
What kind would you like?
Don't try that.
This is how it starts, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Try it.
No.
Okay, look me in the eyes.
You don't want to make a deal with this devil, Your Honor. I didn't know what I was getting into.
Oh, Mr. Thor, I highly doubt that Mr. Lee, an elderly man who is on a compressor machine having breathing...
Hey, stare at my eyes, Judge Vicarro. Look at them closely.
Getting lost.
Oh,
You
no.
are now omnipotent. You can know everything.
Hey, Your Honor, there's a problem down with the water control panel. I believe the...
That's right.
What?
One of the circuits in the back panel on the 3rd floor, the wires. There's some the insulating tubing around the wires.
Oh.
It's been deteriorated. Go check on it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Touch another wire, setting off an alarm.
How does it feel, Your Honor, to see those visions of knowledge? You knew that the wire was chewed through by a mouse, and therefore it is setting off the sprinklers.
Oh.
Yes, and I know now that also you, Mr. Lee, you have powers yourself.
I do.
Omnipotent and omniscient, it appears, but not omnibenevolent.
Hoist upon your own petard, Lee.
Thor, you're just one of my cronies in my series. Did you listen to me, and why are you even in here?
Mjolnir to my hand. Have at thee.
You missed me, Thor. You see, you're slowing down a little bit in your age. That's why another reason you should be a woman. You're not as athletic as we were before.
Just you wait.
Oh, here comes the hammerback. You missed me again, huh? See, my compressor warned me that time. It's got rear blinking hazard lights.
You're awful fast for an old man.
Come on, Mr. Thor, we can take him together.
All right, teaming up, Your Honor.
You can.
I call upon the power of the thunder and the lightning and my goat-driven chariot. I will run you over into the gates of Niflheim itself, Mr. Lee.
Oh, you cannot do this to me, Thor. That's against the agreement. I've had you for 1,500
His
years.
compressor, Thor! Aim for his compressor!
Oh,
What are you
they
doing?
call the lightning down upon thee.
My goodness.
Out of the pile of Stan Lee's ashes, a little lizard skirts out and runs under the door. Well, I think we make a pretty good team there, Judge Vicarro.
I agree, Mr. Thor. You know, I feel like this kind of reminds me of one of my favorite programs as a child. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called Truth and Justice.
Oh, yes.
They were a superhero detective couple of guys, and I don't know, I kind of feel like I'd be maybe a Kraut man, and you would be
I could be a Santos.
yeah.
I like the way you think, Judge.
And Cliff, you'd be the chief.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. That wire was exactly like you said. So,
let's go outside the courtroom live to Wilford Taylor to hear post-trial thoughts from, well, looks like only the defendant has died, so the plaintiff. Wilford?
Yes, hi there. I'm here with Mr. Thor now, and it appears that that you've won another battle against not only a villain but your creator. Does that evoke any conflicting emotions?
Not really. I had grown to hate him over the past 1,000 years, and I was ready to see him go. More importantly than winning the battle was the newfound friendship that I have with the judge. I think we're going to be fast friends and long life mates.
And are you at all concerned? Because I did not know this, but Stan Lee, as you imply, has been around for 1,000+ years. And his lizard form escaped today. What are you at all concerned about a vengeful return?
I will remain ever vigilant for the return of Stan Lee. He's only in hibernation, I am sure, formulating evil schemes to cause sex changes 1,500 years down the road for some other poor god.
Well, I'm sure community court will still be here to make a hearing of it and see that justice is served.
The verdict has been made, and the court of law has spoken. Tune in next week for another fascinating episode of Community Court.
Give the Wincast your suggestions via Facebook, Twitter, or the KZKO Win blog during the commercial break of a crime that needs to be solved during Truth and Justice. Next on KZKO.
You are listening to Win on KZKO. Check them out every Monday from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time, only on KZKO.